These children they represent the prime age for learning a second language.
The students at Briggs Elementary are speaking a different language. For the first time in the Florence School District, elementary students are being introduced to the Spanish language through the form of service learning. Students from Francis Marion University have dubbed themselves members of the Spanish Amigos Club and prepare lesson plans and activities to teach the foreign language to children from kindergarten to the 3rd grade. Dr. Wendy Caldwell is the mastermind of the program and oversees the Spanish Amigos Club. She says the program is a dual benefit to the elementary children who are introduced to a new language and the university students who reap lifelong advantages.
This empowerment, suddenly I think in being in a real world situation and using the target language, they gain so much confidence in themselves because they see that, I really can use my Spanish in a real world setting.
After 3 p.m., this library transforms into a biblioteca, the Spanish word for library, as the Spanish Amigos Club invites the children at Briggs Elementary into their world of language learning. John Guest, who goes by Juan while teaching, says the experience is rewarding and that the kids aren't the only ones who are learning.
Just as they learn, we learn, we learn from them as they learn from us, and so we're learning how to teach them, and that's the important thing.
For 30 minutes twice a week, the elementary students learn Spanish words from a lesson prepared by a member of the club, taught through song, video, or books. Sam Vance, also known as Señorita Sonia, says she is impressed by the amount of knowledge and information the children are retaining.
It was really exciting because we've been singing this Hola a Todos song, and we sat them down and said, we're going to sing our song, and they said, Hola a Todos, and they just started singing it like it was no thing, and it was really exciting. It was just like, oh my gosh, they're retaining something. It was cool.
Caldwell says the goal of the program is to keep it in circulation.
Try to serve as a kind of incubator where we launch the program, we get it up and running with the hope that the host site, in this case Briggs Elementary School, would then take the program and continue it, find a way to keep foreign language education in its curriculum in some fashion.
And she believes that goal is attainable, that with the work and support of educators, administrators, parents, and children.
But I think this modest program that we've created shows that it can indeed happen. It can happen.
Reporting at Briggs Elementary in Florence, I'm Brooke Holden for WFMU News.
I'm 63, I'll be 63 next week, and I never go to the doctor. I ride my bicycle and I eat healthy and I don't go to the doctor.
Will Waddle says he gets along pretty well for his age. As a professor and coordinator on the campus of Francis Marion University, he credits his mobility to an active lifestyle.
It's like a little mini vacation on the way to work. I see birds and wildlife and I watch construction projects.
Waddles pedals nearly 12 miles to work, taking both the crowded and scenic routes like Hoffmeyer and Pine Street a few times a week. But lately, those road construction projects are something he wants to get away from.
Just recently, I don't know if you're aware of this, has recently started putting rumble strips on the roads to make it impossible for me to ride over on the far right. Even if there is a little shoulder now, it now has a rumble strip in it. And the rumble strips are made deep enough that it's absolutely impossible to ride a bicycle on them.
Since last year, the South Carolina Department of Transportation has installed rumble strips throughout the state to reduce the amount of run-off-the-road crashes. Traffic engineer Michael Bethea has worked for the government agency for 25 years. He said the SCDOT accounts for the desires of bicyclists in the state.
On a lot of resurfacing projects, we decreased the width of the travel lane to maybe give enough room on the right side of the road for a bicyclist to ride, even if it's not necessarily a designated bike lane.
With the results from last year's studies showing South Carolina fatalities could potentially be prevented with the use of rumble strips, it's safe to say they're here to stay.
If we think it's going to benefit the overall majority of motorists, bicyclists, and cars and trucks and buses and everything, we may have to install them. It's kind of a balance in that. We want it best for everybody.
Reporting in Florence, I'm Brooke Holden for WFMU News.
We've got 84 school districts in South Carolina. If if you take a line, a diagonal line, and draw from Anderson to Beaufort, on the right side of that diagonal line is where we are in the PD. You've heard the term corridor of shame, and that has reference to the fact that in South Carolina, the majority, if not all, of the poorest districts in our state are in the I-95 corridor.
Florence School District 1 Superintendent Allie Brooks says that for many years, the funding for school districts has been inequitable. More financial resources translate to greater opportunity for course offerings, and less financial resources translate to, you guessed it, lesser opportunity for course offerings. South Carolina, along with many other states, does not mandate foreign language into its elementary grade curriculum, but one educator is making it a priority.
Studies show that second language learning helps these children increasing their test scores, standardized testing.
Meet Dr. Wendy Caldwell. She has introduced a program called the Spanish Amigos Club. Students from Francis Marion University meet at Briggs Elementary School to prepare lesson plans and activities to teach the foreign language to children from kindergarten to the 3rd grade. After 3 p.m., this library transforms into a biblioteca, the Spanish word for library, as the Spanish Amigos Club invites the children at Briggs Elementary into their world of language learning.
This program that we're doing is very modest. It's not hitting all of our students. We've taken just a small but random group of children in that they are from the extended day. So we're not they haven't been selected through any kind of economic or social, cultural, ethnicity. It's none of that. It's just that program. And so we've filtered them in that way, which is a very unbiased way to bring in the group. And I think we've seen great results.
Caldwell says the early years are the prime time to acquire a second language due to the formation of neural pathways.
But by and large, 10 years of age is the sort of magic cutoff. And beyond that age, it becomes much more difficult to acquire the second language.
She says that despite the reason of insufficient funding, she will stay committed to offering the best education possible with the help of administrators, educators, parents, and children. Reporting in Florence, I'm Brooke Holden for WFMU News.